Namaste. Welcome to Be Your Own God. This is Myra. I have a very profound little statement to make to you guys today. In a world filled with the intricate tapestry of human souls, let us remember that labels are but crude sketches on the canvas of our complexity, and it is the boundless depth of our unique experiences, emotions, and dreams that truly define who we are. Do you know what I mean by this? We limit ourselves when we put labels on ourselves. It could be anything, any kind of label. I'm a vegetarian, I'm a non-vegetarian, I'm a female, I'm a male, I'm pretty, I'm ugly. All these are just definitions and they're limiting. You are so much more than this body. You're boundless. You are divinity. You are God. Didn't I tell you that? Be your own God. We are God. And definitions are very limiting. When we put labels on ourselves, we become finite. And the truth of us is that we're infinite. We're boundless. When we put labels on ourselves, we start limiting ourselves. And if we don't live up to our labels, or however we have defined ourselves, there is an association of guilt sometimes, or that we're not being true to ourselves. But the reality of it is that we're constantly changing. So when we put labels on ourselves, we aren't doing ourselves any favors. And it can be any labels. And if this resonates with you, or if you've experienced this, please do comment below. But oftentimes you'll say, hey, I'm a vegetarian. And then at a party, we accidentally may eat something that was non-veg and we feel like so guilt-ridden because we've had it. Or guilty pleasures. We'll say, I'm a vegetarian, but I really want that steak. Or that fish smells so tempting. And we have a bite and then we're like so riddled with guilt. And it could be anything. This is just one example. But when we say anything that's just restrictive, and then we do something, it goes against that. There's a feeling of guilt, there's a feeling of self-betrayal, and that doesn't bode well for us because it starts playing on our psyches. See, the problem with labeling ourselves is that it reduces the richness and the complexity of our individual identities into simplistic categories and stereotypes. This can lead to several issues: limiting self-perception, stereotypes and biases, inaccurate representations, conflict and division, stifling growth and change. By limiting self-perception, what I mean is that labels can confine individuals to preconceived notions and explanations, limiting their self-perception and potential. And I'm sure, have experienced that. Stereotype and bias. Well, labels often come with stereotypes and biases attached, perpetuating harmful assumptions and prejudices. These are the ones that we see often in society about race or sexuality. So, we have to be careful with those labels. And inaccurate representations, by that I mean labels oversimplify complex human experiences, emotions, and identities. We're so much more. We're infinite. We're boundless. And when we stereotype or when we label, we make ourselves very finite. And as I said, labels also lead to conflict and division. Labels can create divisions among people, fostering an us versus them identities. No single label can fully encapsulate the multifaceted nature of an individual's personality, beliefs, and experiences. It also leads to stifling growth and change because we want to live up to our labels, whether they are labels we put on ourselves or labels others have put on us, but we want to live up to those labels. And we often see that with children when we say to a child, oh, you're so athletic. And the child feels like, oh, I need to be very, very athletic because somehow that's who I am or what I am. So it can create a limitation. And then there's a loss of individuality. Labeling can lead people who may prioritize conforming to the expectations associated with that label. Whether, again, it's self-imposed or imposed by others, doesn't matter. And then there's a psychological limitation. Labeling can have a negative psychological impact. It can cause stress, anxiety, a sense of inadequacy with individuals who feel that they do not fit neatly into the popular or particular category. Again, what we don't want to do is limit ourselves. In essence, labeling ourselves can be limiting and divisive, hindering our understanding of the complex, multifaceted nature of human identity. Embracing the full spectrum of our individuality and recognizing the inherent diversity within each person can lead to a more inclusive, empathetic, and accepting society. And remember, you are not just this body. You are divinity. Don't let labels stifle you or make you small or make you limited. Because that's exactly what labels do. And the whole purpose of this channel is to make you recognize that you're so much more than just this body and definitions, whether it's definitions and labels placed upon you by society or by yourself. You are so much more. You are divine. You are God. Embrace that God within you and recognize your full potential. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. Until next time, namaste, sending you all love and good vibes.